Hey guys, today we're going to talk about making inferences or an inference, or what we also call infer. What can you infer is also a way we phrase that. So first we're going to look at what does an inference or making an inference mean? What do you do to make an inference? How? An inference is using what you know and what you read in the text to make an educated guess. And I say that loosely because I don't want you to think it's any kind of guess. Using what you know, which, looking to the right, that's called schema. Using what your brain already knows about anything in life, any life experience. So your file cabinet of information in your brain. So you're going to use that and then something from the text to put them together to make that guess. It's not just a shot in the dark. It is something that you can provide evidence for. So we're going to try it. Ready to make some fun inferences? Here we go. This one says, Marge raced in the door with her spelling test in her hand. Her eyes were wide and her smile was endless. What can you infer about her test grade? So you're going to take what you know in your life experience. When are you usually big-eyed and a huge smile when you have a test in your hand? Plus what you read, that she ran in the door, and we're going to make an educated guess. And we will say that her test grade, Marge had a good grade on the test. If she didn't have a good grade, she probably wouldn't be smiling. You could also infer that she grew a lot, because sometimes you might have a low grade. But if you looked at your pre-test score, that's a bunch of growth. So something positive had to have come from that grade, from that test. Next one says, Sadie wore boots and grabbed her umbrella. What inference can you make about the weather? Well, we read that she had an umbrella and boots, and our schema, our brain's file cabinet, tells us that when it rains, we need umbrellas. So I would guess Sadie might or will experience rain. The next one says, Cody's eyes were burning as the clock ticked away. With each blink, his eyelids were heavier and heavier. His eyes are burning, and as time goes on, his eyelids are getting heavy. What can we infer about Cody's feelings? Well, when my eyes are burning and my eyelids are heavy, I'm usually pretty tired. Cody is feeling sleepy. What do inferencing questions look like? So let's look. We'll start with what inference can be made. So they might say, what inference can be made based on this text? What inference can be made based on the statement, and then provide you with a quote from the story. And then the next one says, what can you infer about? And they're going to give you a detail from the story with that too. So two more. Which detail best supports this inference? So they're going to look for a detail. They've made the inference. They want you to find the evidence. What conclusion can be made based on? So we have been inferring since we were very small, but we called it drawing conclusions. It's very similar to making inferences, because you're going to use what you read and what you know to make the educated guess. You're not just concluding something because you felt like it. You're using evidence-based. And then the last one, based on the text, you can infer that. So then they would have choices of inferences that you could make. All right, guys, that's the inferencing video. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to write them on a sticky note and drop them on my desk, or send me an email. Thanks.